Everyone, thanks for joining us this morning. With us today, we will have Vice President and Technical Director Carlos Bocanegra and Atlanta United Head Coach Gabriel Heinze. We'll start with Carlos making an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions for Gabby. Please hold all questions for Carlos until after we conclude the question portion for Gabby. Coach, once we start, we're going to start with questions in English with translation, and then we'll go to questions in Spanish without translation. However, we will deliver a full transcript of both questions later today. A few other housekeepings before we start. As you can tell by now, this is a webinar, so you'll need to hit the raise hand icon in order to ask a question. While you do not have the capability to record through Zoom, again, we will send out a full recording and transcript later today. Finally, if you haven't yet, please change your Zoom name to indicate your full name and outlet. And then we're going to go ahead and get started here again with an opening statement from Carlos before questions for Gabby. So Carlos, if you can hear me, go ahead, please.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on what's an exciting day in the history of Atlanta United. We're proud to present our new coach in Gabriel Heinze and look forward to 2021. I'll go in Spanish quickly and then switch back to English, but gracias a todos, se unieron a nosotros. Es un día importante de la historia de Atlanta United. Estamos emocionados de presentar Gabriel Heinze, es un nuevo entrenador y esperamos a 21. So this process, we started earlier this year, and it was a long process. It was a unique year around the world, 2020, with a lot of unknowns. Would we finish the season here in MLS? Would we be able to play any more games? So we took our time to get the hire right. And it's important for us to find someone that we thought fit our playing style, fit the philosophy of what we're trying to achieve. And that's, going out and getting the ball back as quickly as possible with a high press, trying to play through the lines, play exciting, being on the front foot, playing with high energy. And that's something that when we went back and looked and did our due diligence, you look at Gabriel and his teams had shown that, and the willingness to play through the lines. They play with intensity. They play on the front foot, and that was something that matched up very well with the philosophy of Atlanta United. And so I'll let Gabriel speak more to his style, his philosophy, his flow. But it was something that really stood out to us on how we would like to play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in front of our fans and our brand of football here at Atlanta United. He's done an excellent job developing youngsters in the youth through his former clubs with Argentina's Juniors, Vélez, etc., to push them on playing with the first team. Some of those players have then been sold on to various clubs around the world. So he's detail-oriented. He's prepared, and something that was very impressive to me during our interview process was that he'd done quite a bit of analysis on our team, not only the first team, but down through the youth ranks. And I thought that was really impressive. So we're proud to kick off the new season and introduce Gabby as our head coach. And Chris, I will turn it over to you to let Gabby take it from here.
Thanks, Carlos. All right, I believe we have Gabby on with us now. So Justin, obviously I'll have you take it from here with translating, but our first question is going to be Doug Roberson with the AJC. Doug, go ahead. Your line's open.
Okay. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Carlos, and thank you, Gabriel, for doing this. My first question is, can you please explain your tactical philosophy and how much of it has been influenced by Tata and Bielsa?
La primera pregunta es si puedes explicar un poco de tu filosofía táctica y qué tanto viene de Tata o Marcelo Bielsa.
Bueno, buenos días para todos. Lo primero que me gusta decir es que no le llamo la táctica, sino le llamo posicionamiento de jugadores en un campo. Y la filosofía creo que uno ha aprendido con el tiempo muchas cosas de muchos entrenadores, pero lo más importante para mí es hacer lo que uno siente y lo que uno está capacitado. Estoy lejos de llevar una filosofía de otros entrenadores. Sí que es verdad que he aprendido de ellos, pero bueno, lo que uno hace es lo que realmente siente.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I don't like to use the word tactics. I prefer to talk about the positioning of the players on the field. And I'm someone who has learned different things from a lot of different coaches, but I think the most important thing for the players is that they feel it and they're capable on the field. But I'm far from having the philosophy of one coach, just different ideas that I've gathered. And I think, as I said, the most important thing is for the players to have the ability.
Next question, Joe Patrick, Dirty South. Joe, go ahead. Your line's open.
Hi, Gabriel. Thanks for taking the time this morning. You reportedly had other options for jobs in Brazil and potentially in Europe, but you chose to come to Atlanta, which is in a developing soccer market still here in North America. So what kind of gave you the confidence and the want to come to this part of the world?
Tuviste ofertas de varios sitios por el mundo. ¿Por qué elegiste venir a Atlanta?
En primer lugar, esto hace varios meses que hemos empezado conversaciones con el presidente y con Carlos, y una de las cosas más importantes fue el respeto de las dos partes, el respeto del tiempo que yo le he pedido a ellos para hacer un análisis como corresponde. Y bueno, desde ahí hemos empezado a elaborar todos estos análisis. Y nada, cuando le di la palabra a ellos hace 2 meses y medio atrás, le he dicho que yo no considero correcto estar viendo o analizando otras propuestas hasta que este análisis con el Atlanta United iba por buen camino o mal camino. Entonces he seguido hablando con ellos y bueno, y después se ha decidido.
The process started months ago when I was in touch with Carlos and also the club president. And one of the important things throughout the process was the respect that I received from both parties. And I asked them for time to be able to fully analyze the proposal. And they allowed me to do that. So that was important for me, that I had the chance to fully analyze, everything and then be able to come to a decision.
As a reminder, you need to hit the raise hand icon if you have a question. And again, this portion is in English only. We'll have Spanish up shortly. Next question is Steve Hummer with the AJC. Steve, go ahead. Your line's open.
Yes, thank you again. Nice to meet you here virtually. A couple of questions about your relationship with Tata. Obviously, he's a very, very big figure here. How would you describe your relationship with him? Did you talk to him in advance of taking this job? And what was his message to you, if so?
¿Cuál es tu relación con Tata Martino, que en Atlanta es un nombre importante? Y si hablaste con él sobre esta posición.
No tengo relación con Martino, y no, desde mi paso que él ha sido como entrenador, después no he tenido relación y no he hablado con él.
No, I don't have a relationship with him other than when I played for him as a coach, and I did not talk to him about this position.
Next question, Tom Bogert, MLS Soccer. Tom, go ahead. Your line's open.
Hey guys, thanks for doing this. So Gabriel, I just wanted to hear you say what most drew you to this job? Why was Atlanta United the right step for you in your career?
¿Qué fue lo más atractivo del Atlanta United y por qué fue el paso correcto en tu carrera?
Por lo que he dicho antes y porque en el análisis que hemos hecho nosotros creemos que podemos ayudar al Atlanta United y solamente me baso por los análisis, por la forma que me han manifestado el presidente y Carlos y también por la estructura que tiene la institución de poder hacer un trabajo serio.
As I said before, for how I answered the last question, that we were able to do a full analysis, and also for the way that Carlos and Darren treated me throughout the process. And after our analysis, we feel like we're going to be able to do a good job here at this club and also for the structure of the club.
Next question, Rob Ussery, Dirty South. Rob, go ahead. Line's open.
Hi, Gabriel. Welcome to Atlanta United. You and Carlos both mentioned that you've had a chance to analyze the team and all that. How do you feel about the current roster as it stands and how it relates to how you can implement your style? And is there anything you would like to add to the current roster?
Después de tu análisis, bueno, ya has visto el plantel actual. ¿Qué piensas del equipo y si hay algo que hace falta en este momento?
Bueno, he visto un equipo joven, he visto un equipo con muchas ganas, he visto jugadores con características que pueden o que van de la mano a lo que uno piensa. Y sí, por supuesto, que ya he dado el análisis también a lo que creo que el equipo le falta a nivel de jugadores que deben venir. Así que bueno, todo eso ya está sobre la mesa y se está trabajando.
Well, I saw a young team, but a team with a great will. And yes, we've done a thorough analysis, and there are areas where we think we can improve, and those offers are on the table. So we'll look to improve that.
Next question, back to Doug Roberson. Doug, go ahead. Your line's open.
Yes. When we be able to come to Atlanta and start working with the squad, and I mean, is there anything more specific you can share about what you liked about the players and the team and how they were playing from your analysis?
Primero, ¿cuándo vas a llegar a Atlanta?
Bueno, ya no depende de una decisión mía o de mis ganas de estar ya trabajando, sino que ya tenemos que esperar todos los temas administrativos para poder ir.
Right now, it's not a question or not a decision for me. We first have to deal with all the administrative issues of coming. Y la segunda pregunta fue si puedes explicar un poco más de lo que te gustó de este equipo y los jugadores que tenemos y su forma de jugar.
No se hace un resumen. En este momento puedo hacer un resumen muy claro que es eso. Después en el día a día uno va a tener ya más información, pero creo que el análisis podría hablar características individuales, pero creo que no corresponde en este momento.
And I'm not going to give a full summary of the players at this time. I think that's more appropriate to do, in the day-to-day once we're with the players. So I could give an analysis of some of their characteristics, but I don't think it's appropriate at the moment.
Okay, that will do it for the English portion. We'll head to Spanish questions next. Again, as a reminder, Carlos Bocanegra will be available after this portion ends. We'll start here with questions in Spanish. Felipe Cardenas with The Athletic. Felipe, go ahead. Your line is open.
Thank you, Chris. Buenos días, Gabriel. Muchísimo gusto, un placer hablar con usted y bienvenido a Atlanta, pues cuando usted llegue. Le tengo dos preguntas, si usted me permite. La primera, después de haber evaluado el proyecto en su totalidad, ¿cuáles son sus prioridades iniciales, considerando que toca levantar a un grupo de futbolistas que no lograron sus objetivos este año? Y la segunda pregunta, en su opinión, ¿cuán importante es la relación entre un director técnico y un manager del equipo o la secretaria técnica, en este caso Carlos Bocanegra? ¿Cuán importante es para poder lograr la comprensión total de la idea futbolística del club?
Bueno, la primera pregunta, ya estamos, o ya está todo muy claro, los posicionamientos de donde uno ha analizado y de lo que piensa que debe tener el equipo. Y la relación, yo creo que la relación es, o a mí me gusta tener una relación con todas las personas que trabajan en el club. Creo que esto es algo que se debe hacer en conjunto y se tiene que trabajar en conjunto. Sí, que es verdad que hay forma de pensar distinta. Creo que el pensar distinto lo que lleva es al crecimiento y después ver lo que es el mejor, o siempre pensando que acá lo más importante es el Atlanta United. Y lo más importante que primero busco es hacer un grupo de personas y después hacer un equipo de fútbol.
Next question, Ariel Judas, MLS Soccer. Ariel, go ahead.
Hola Gabriel, buenos días. Mencionaste recién que te tomaste unos meses para analizar las opciones que podías tener en Atlanta, analizar el equipo, qué podías hacer para mejorarlo y demás. ¿Analizaste también al resto de la liga? ¿Tenés una idea más o menos redondeada de a qué liga estás llegando y qué tipo de rivales vas a encontrar el año que viene?
Sí, se ha hecho un análisis de todo el 2020, de todos los equipos que juegan tanto en este o en el oeste.
Next question, Franco Panizo, SBI. Go ahead, Franco. Franco, your line's open if you can hear me. Next question will go to Martina Rossi with Clarín. Go ahead.
Hola Gabriel, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. Bueno, yo tenía dos consultas. En primer lugar, según trascendió estos días en Argentina, surgió la posibilidad de que incorpores a tu equipo a Mascherano y a Gago. Hoy en día están retirados, son amigos tuyos. ¿Es una posibilidad que alguno de los dos o ambos integren tu equipo? Y en segundo lugar, hace un tiempo se viene hablando del interés del Atlanta United por Agustín Almendra, el joven futbolista de Boca que hoy volvió a entrenar con el plantel. Y quería saber si ese es un futbolista de tu gusto y si está en tu radar para integrar el equipo que estás formando.
Bueno, es incorrecto lo de Javi y lo de Fernando. Ya tengo yo mi grupo de trabajo, sí que son gente que sabe mucho y que me podrían ayudar, pero por el momento no hubo absolutamente nada. Y con respecto a Almendra, es un jugador que uno lo conoce, pero todo lo que puedan llegar a decir o algo, de mi parte yo no tengo que dar esa información, ¿no? Sino que hay un manager y hay un presidente de los cuales ellos están evaluando, como él o como muchos otros futbolistas.
Next question, we'll go back to Franco. Franco, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
That's perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that. Hola, Gabriel. Buenos días. ¿Qué tal? Dos preguntas rápidas. La primera, han venido a la MLS varios entrenadores extranjeros. Algunos han tenido éxito, otros no tanto. Es una liga diferente, con reglas diferentes. ¿Cuánto conoces de la MLS en términos no solo de los jugadores y las reglas, pero en su totalidad, ¿cuánto sabes de la MLS? Seguramente va a ser un proceso de adaptación para ti, tu cuerpo técnico, pero ¿cuánto sabes hoy en día? Y la segunda, simplemente, ¿qué buscas hacer en este equipo en términos de resultados y logros? Es un equipo que busca campeonatos. Tata dejó esa huella al inicio de cuando llegó el equipo y el último entrenador no le fue tan bien en ese sentido. Entonces, ¿qué buscas hacer en términos de resultados y logros, Gabriel? Muchas gracias.
Bueno, ahí, en primer lugar, la palabra éxito está lejos de lo que uno está o lo que uno busca cuando empieza los proyectos. Es el último paso y ese último paso lo pueden lograr muy pocos. Y eso no quiere decir que ha sido un fracaso. Yo lo veo más por el trabajo, por el esfuerzo, por la dedicación, que para mí también eso es un éxito. Y a nivel de resultados, tengo bien claro que los resultados lo que hacen es permanecer en un cargo, pero no voy por un resultado. En este momento tengo otros pasos, muchísimos pasos antes. Sé muy bien a qué institución estoy, sé muy bien la magnitud que tiene el Atlanta United, lo sé perfectamente, pero yo no voy no estoy buscando hoy los resultados o la palabra éxito, como ustedes los pueden llamar. Primero hay que hacer muchísimas cosas antes para poder estar cerca de eso. Y hoy estamos muy lejos.
Next question, Eric Alexander. Eric, go ahead.
Bienvenido, Gabriel. Es la primera vez que dirige en una liga con tope salarial. ¿Cuán importante es la comunicación entre usted y el manager en cuanto a la decisión de los jugadores que se van a estar trayendo al equipo, ya que hay un tope salarial, ¿no?
La comunicación tiene que ser de muchas horas, que se la está teniendo, pobre Carlos, y uno empezando uno ya sabe las reglas que hay en esa competición. Yo lo asumí y no tengo ninguna clase de excusa con eso, y lo que hay que hacer es trabajar y tratar de llevar el menor error posible sobre análisis.
Next question, Jose Rodriguez. Jose, go ahead.
Thank you. Gabriel, buenos días. Me gustaría conocer un poco más de esa relación que tienes con la dirigencia de Atlanta, sobre todo pensando en que este es un equipo que le gusta estar en las primeras posiciones. Ese proceso en el que van a iniciar en estos meses, ¿tiene plasmado un tiempo quizás para tener un rendimiento de juego, títulos? ¿Es algo que ustedes hablaron? ¿Es algo que te pidieron? Gracias.
A ver, si usted sabría el tiempo que va a ser dentro de 2 meses en Atlanta, usted tendría que trabajar en la NASA. Y esto es fútbol. Entonces el tiempo no existe. ¿Por qué? Porque primero el trabajo día a día y el tiempo lo que haga falta o que me lo permite o lo que me permite la institución. Yo no me pongo tiempos. Sí que es verdad que sé muy bien dónde voy y sé trabajaré. La relación es muy buena porque hay que armar todo un proyecto y nada, el tiempo, ojalá que me den tiempo, ojalá que nos den tiempo y ojalá que podamos seguir progresando para darle herramientas primero a los futbolistas y después poder conseguir algo, ganar un partido, por ejemplo. Pero hablando de tiempo en el fútbol, nunca se sabe.
Last question in Spanish. Ronald Peña, go ahead.
Gabriel, buenos días, mucho gusto y bienvenido a Atlanta. Profe, una clave del éxito que tuviste en Argentinos y Vélez era el debutar jugadores de las inferiores. Mi pregunta es si tiene en vista algún proyecto para inferiores de Atlanta. Gracias.
Bueno, están en el análisis que hemos hecho, también hay jugadores de la academia, de los cuales vamos a tener entrenando en el primer equipo, sabiendo las dificultades que hay sobre estos chicos que son jóvenes, por todo lo que ellos hacen también en su vida, pero bueno, lo importante es que ya hemos trabajado sobre todo la academia y posiblemente vamos a tener jugadores entrenando en el primer equipo.
Okay, that concludes Gabriel's portion. Gracias, Gabriel. We will now bring Carlos back on, and questions in English for Carlos. As a reminder, you'll need to hit the raise hand icon. And Doug, we'll start with you. Go ahead, Doug.
No hay ningún problema si alguien quiere hacer otra pregunta más, ¿eh? Yo no tengo tiempo. No, el tiempo para mí cuando hablo no hay ningún problema.
He says there's no problem if anyone has another question for him. He's not worried about his time when he's speaking.
Okay, great. I can get another one in here. Alejandro, go ahead. Your line's open. In Spanish, go ahead.
Saludos, profe. Saludos desde Venezuela. Mi pregunta es más que todo sobre Joseph Martínez. ¿Tiene referencias sobre él y cómo puede recuperarlo de cara a una temporada que bien tiene que primero salir de una gran lesión?
Bueno, él ya está en la última fase de recuperación y es un jugador que se tiene que poner en todos los sentidos muy bien y sabiendo la importancia que tiene Martínez en todo lo que es en el equipo y por ese valor que tiene el equipo, lo único que tendrá que pensar él y pensar todo, que se tiene que todavía comprometer mucho más porque es un proyecto nuevo donde vamos a necesitar de él y de todos.
Looks like we have two more in Spanish. Felipe, back to you. Go ahead.
Thanks, Chris. Gabriel, cuando usted habla del posicionamiento de los jugadores y el hecho que no es una táctica, es una forma de jugar, o sea, ¿cuándo podemos esperar o un grupo nuevo, cuánto tiempo toman que ellos lleguen a una comprensión total de esa idea? ¿Cuáles son las exigencias que ellos van a tener que aceptar?
Bueno, en primer lugar uno no impone, sino propone, y lo que ejecutan son los jugadores. Y vuelvo a repetir, el tiempo, eso nunca, no lo sé decir con exactitud. Lo que sí que hago es ponernos todos en un mismo barco y empezar a trabajar. Si es más o menos tiempo, no lo sé, pero sí que creo que conformar un buen grupo de futbolistas que estén comprometidos y que tengan muchas ganas de lo que es esto, de esta profesión del fútbol, y de ahí empezar a conformar un equipo. Yo siempre trato tratamos de hacer un equipo competitivo y lo que más me importa es ser competitivo. Después, todo lo que va de resultados y de todas esas cosas, no le doy mucho más al análisis, sino hacer un equipo competitivo y es lo que deseamos todos.
Okay, that will actually do it now. We do have to keep moving. I do want to thank Gabriel. Gracias, Gabriel. And we'll go back to questions in English for Carlos. Doug, we'll start with you again. Go ahead, Doug. Your line is open. Doug, you're muted on your end.
Hey, Chris, will Gabby need to stick around, or is he good?
He's good to sign off if you want to let him know.
Okay. Sí, Gaby, si tú quieres salir, está bien, o tú puedes quedar.
Gracias, Carlos.
Muchas gracias, Gabriel.
Gracias a todos, Gaby.
Doug, can you hear us? Your line's open. Go ahead for Carlos. All right, we'll go to Tom Boger. Tom, go ahead. Your line's open.
Hey, Carlos. I I just wanted to see if you were able to kind of take us through the process that led to Gabby eventually signing. Was he kind of your top target from the beginning? You know, what went into those discussions? I know that he kind of alluded to it a little bit, that I guess you guys presented him with a proposal and gave him the space to kind of consider it and look at the team. So whatever you're able to kind of tell us on the search would be appreciated.
Yeah, Tom, thanks. So yeah, the process, we started a while back. You know, Gabby quickly emerged as our top target. And, you know, through analysis, through the eye test, you know, you've heard of him as one of the highly regarded younger managers coming out of South America. And then, so, you know, you go and have a look at what do his teams look like when they're playing. You know, how does he kind of stamp his style, authority, identity on the teams? And it very much aligned with what we're looking for in our philosophy here in Atlanta. So you try to match those up. But, you know, we ended up getting special permission from the government and the consulate to fly down there. And Darren and I went down to Argentina. We had a meeting, and that's, I guess, where you talk about the proposal. But we had been speaking before that. We had been kind of slowly going back and forth. Like he said, he needed a little bit of time. So we respected that. With so much uncertainty this year, we wanted to make sure 21 was the year we got this hire right. And so kind of all the preparation we did this year with trying to bring Gabby in and eventually coming to an agreement, it was to look for 21 and kind of turn the page and go forward here. So yeah, it was a fairly long process, but well worth it. And I think both sides were able to kind of analyze each other and come to a good conclusion and mutual respect. And you know, I think we're both looking forward to this new project and kicking on.
Next question, Felipe. Go ahead. Your line's open.
Thank you. Good morning, Carlos. From what we just asked Gabriel, it sounds like communication between you and him and just that dynamic in making some key soccer decisions has been good and will continue to be very important moving forward. Just can you comment on that and what has changed perhaps? Because I know before you've been public about, you know, you have a player profile, you have a system, you have a way of building the roster. The coach just kind of slots in. To me, that sounds like there might be a little bit closer discussions between the two groups, both you and Gabriel, in forming the roster that you guys want to have.
Hey, Felipe. Yeah, so look, it's always a case where, you know, we have our you know, idea on how we would like to play. We have our player profile, and those are clear, but those need to also match up when you're speaking with coaches and their style and their profile of player, what they think can do well here in Atlanta, and we think can do well here in Atlanta. So it's been really good. Like I said, Gabby did a real thorough analysis. It was great when we were down there in person. You know, we got to really dive in deep on the players, talk about the roster, you know, positions we need to strengthen, and the nice part was it was very aligned, which is great. So we've been having a lot of conversations, a lot of communication, and like he said earlier, kind of, you know, there's a lot of stuff on the table, but we've been discussing that together. Obviously, we want to give the coach the best chance to be successful here, and with players that fit into our profile and the club's philosophy, as well as the coaches, so he has a chance to be successful. So that's been really positive.
Next question, Joe Patrick. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Carlos. You've been really clear and thorough about all the reasons why Gabriel Heinze was so high on your list of potential managers to come in. But one of the ways he's much different than the other two, De Boer and Tata Martino, is that he hasn't won those titles, and he's just generally a lot younger and earlier in his managerial career. Is that something that was taken into account? Is that something that, I don't know if concerning is the right word, but is that something that was just kind of something that was discussed when you were talking about coaches that you wanted to bring in?
Hey, Joe, thanks for the question. So Gabriel actually got his Team Argentina Juniors promoted when he was with them. And then, you know, with Velez, took them from a position where they weren't doing so well in the table and built them up to qualify for some of the South American competitions. So I think, you know, when you look at managers, you know, everybody comes with a different level of experience and background and what they've done. But you know, for us, the key thing was important on how we're going to look. Does the style of play, and I keep saying that, look, Gabby has his own style and he can explain that himself. But when you do the analytics and when you have, you know, the eye test, when you visually watch the way we would like to look at Atlanta United, that very much aligned. So, you know, that was very important. You know, we hope to improve, and we know Gabriel will do a great job and do everything he can to improve. But you know, let's give him some time to implement his tactics, his ideas with the team, and stamp his authority, so to speak, on our group. But you know, that's not something that we were concerned about at all, Joe. Kind of if he's won titles per se or not.
Next question, Cody Chapman's Fox 5. Go ahead, Cody.
Kind of on that same note, Gabriel seems to be an up-and-coming manager, and as we continue to get used to MLS soccer and soccer in general here in Atlanta, we're used to coaches sticking around forever and ever, a Bobby Cox, say like that. But is this the goal for Gabriel being an up-and-comer, kind of like getting a young player from South America, where if he does really well, he may not be here a super long time?
Hey, Cody. Look, soccer is a global game, so it's a little bit different than some of the other professional sports here in North America. Players move on, coaches move on. There's a little bit more movement maybe than in other sports, but that's something you can ask Gabriel directly about. I mean, he's the only one that can answer that question. We're excited right now to have him come in, get around the group, like he said, you know, become a group before we become a team, and that chemistry and building the culture and continue to build upon what we've had here for the last 4 years at Atlanta United. So that's most important for us right now, getting them in the door, getting them around the group, and start building this thing for 21.
Next question, Jill Sakovits. Jill, go ahead.
Hey, Carlos. You mentioned getting him in the door. While nothing is certain these days, when do you hope to get him in the door? And secondly, has his entire coaching staff been formed? Is there anyone currently from Atlanta United that's going to be sticking around? What's that going to look like?
Hey, Jillian, thanks for the question. So as Gabby had mentioned earlier, obviously the visas and the paperwork and immigration, that's something we're working on now, trying to get him into the country. So, you know, we're not sure exactly the date. You know, we've been given the date of January 25th of the start of preseason. So we're trying to work backwards from that. And then, yes, we've got the coaching staff kind of all buttoned up and how we're going to do that for next year. But I think we'll probably look to announce that maybe the following week. I'm not sure exactly when the communications department was looking to get that out.
Doug, we'll go back to you. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I've been able to hear you. Can you hear me?
We got you now. Go ahead.
I don't know what happened before. So, Carlos, you said the process took a while and y'all had a lot of conversations. I'm curious, what was the most challenging or best question that Gabriel asked of y'all about this job?
That's a good question, Doug. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I remember the most challenging question, but the great part was he was asking a lot of questions, and he had already done his homework. He had already done a lot of analysis. So, you know, the conversations could take off from a certain level. It wasn't like we were starting from scratch. And again, that was something that was impressive to me. You know, all the work that they had put in previous, you know, him and his staff, analyzing stuff, the questions that they're asking, the in-depth questions, you know, about everything, a lot of the details. So I think it wasn't necessarily only one question, Doug. It was just the whole host of questions and due diligence they have done.
Next question, Rob Usry. Go ahead, Rob. Line's open.
Hey, Carlos, thanks for taking the time this morning. Gabriel mentioned that the club is already in negotiations with players that might help strengthen the team. Obviously, you're not going to go into specifics on that, but could you give the fans maybe an idea of the type of player the club is looking at this offseason to maybe fit Gabriel's style and make it give it the best chance to succeed?
Hey, Rob. Yeah, look, we are looking at a lot of different players. As you guys well know, every time there's an off season, and a player is potentially on the move. They're linked to Atlanta United. So we've had a lot of conversations. Gabriel and I have been in real deep discussions about players and what we're looking to bring in next year. So, that's probably about all I can give you right now.
Got time for two more. Steve Hummer with the AJC. Steve, your line's open, Steve. Go ahead.
There, can you hear me all right?
We got you, Steve.
All right, thank you. Obviously, I think looking from the outside, there's going to be a lot of people who look at Gabriel's background and a loose relationship with Tata. Is there any reason to expect, he's his own man, obviously, but is there going to be any reason to expect kind of a Tata 2.0 here, or how can he best recapture the magic that Martino brought here?
Hey, Steve, thanks. Look, I don't think it's fair to start comparing Gabriel to anybody else. I think Gabriel has his vision. He has his thought process. He has his philosophy. And again, that's something that when we looked and we went out in the market, that very much aligned with our thought process. So, just like other players, people have been here before, people will come after. Look, this is Gabby's team, and I think this is something that we need to be mindful of. He's his own guy. He has his own thoughts, and he's going to do a fantastic job for us. We all learn from previous stops of where we've been. We take little bits of information, and then we go put our authority and stamp our style on it. So I think that's what you're going to see is Gabby's style of play coming out.
Last question, Franco Panizo. Franco, go ahead.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, Carlos, two quick ones for you, if that's okay. Obviously, there's been plenty of foreign coaches that have come in MLS and struggled with all the rules and different works and intricacies, and there have been some that have done well. How do you guys plan to help Gabriel, help him in the integration and adaptation period with getting used to and accustomed to all the nuances that MLS has? And the second one, when you guys hired Frank de Boer, you and Darren both said his style and views for how to play were important and aligned with yours. How do you ensure that Gabriel can execute his vision for the style of play, that it gets executed on the way that you all see it being or fitting with Atlanta United?
Hey, Franco. I'll take the second one first. I don't think it's fair to talk about anybody else on here. Today we're here to introduce Gabby. We're excited about what he's going to bring to the table. Like I said, it was a long process, long thorough process, and we're excited to look forward to 21. And as we've been speaking on here, you guys have seen plenty of what he's done before, and we're looking forward to him bringing that here to Atlanta United. And then as far as the rules, the rules are complicated in MLS. You've got to revisit them every year and really make sure you're diving in deep to understand them. But that's something that we'll support Gabby on, and that's obviously one of my main roles is I've got to make sure with the administrative and liaison with the league that we're in proper with the league and excuse me, all the rules and all that stuff. But that's something Gabby won't have to worry about. We'll keep him abreast on that. All the conversations that we have been having, it's these are some of the options. This is why. These are some of the limitations with the league rules. These are some of the things that can possibly happen. So just trying to explain that to him and the understanding of where we can operate. He talked about understanding the salary cap. He's coming into a salary cap league this year. So that's just something we'll give support from the front office to him and have him help try and understand as best possible, even though it's very complicated, and let him focus on the on-field soccer.
All right, thanks everyone, and thanks Carlos. That concludes today's press conference. We'll have the recording and a full transcript out as early as we can later today. Thanks again.